Hello all, hello, how are we? Okay, all good, I hope, all good. Right, yeah, this little video that I'm doing now, I'm going to talk about the short-term future. Maybe like, when I say short-term, I mean like the next 10 years or so, I reckon. And a lot of my thoughts are geared towards this time frame. Up until now, this video channel has been mainly about reselling on eBay because that is certainly a big driver towards my side hustle. But ultimately, it's the side hustle that I want to mainly focus on, with eBay being part of that side hustle. I want to talk about some other things as well. Now, the name of the channel JR74, when I came up with this name, it was a little bit deliberate, i.e. there's no reference to reselling in it. It's an easy channel name to remember. My name is James Robert Smith. I was born in 1974, so that makes up the crux of the channel name. But I want it to be easy to remember, and I want people to associate it with making money on the side. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, making money on the side, I suppose, is really the niche of this, with eBay being a huge part of it. So I hit the big 50 last September. Still consider myself fit, healthy. It's all ticking up there. I've still got a lot to give. But you begin to start thinking about 55 plus, I reckon. Many people start to think of it in this sort of time frame, because at that time, many people that work in the public sector, like myself, the potential of beginning to draw stuff from your pension begins. Now, at this present point in time, I can start taking at 55. I reckon by the time I get to 55, they would have shifted the goalposts. It is quite complicated. I haven't fully got my head around it yet. But the idea now of beginning to set up a side hustle and growing that side hustle so that I can begin to spend more time on it, begin to grow my side hustle and phase out my job over the next 10 years, it's going to take a lot of doing. It is not something that is going to be able to be done overnight. So this channel is also going to cover these sort of thoughts that I have. I mean, the first one is starting investing. And that's one thing that I've done. From this channel, any profits made, and from my eBay store, any profits made, go towards family holidays and go into an ISA as well, mainly investing in dividend stocks. So I've already started the journey. So whether you're in your late teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, really this video is relevant, because you do have to plan for yourself. There's no real problem with making money on the side, as long as you do it properly and as long as you know how to tax it as well. That's another video that I can do about how to do taxes on this. But it's certainly a journey that I would like you to share with me in terms of what I'm thinking of doing, and also, you know, using eBay and reselling on eBay, because that is part of my journey as well. Really, that is what I have started with, and there's other ideas that I have, but it's the reselling which has started all of this off. I mean, they say general hindsight never won any wars, and they're right when they say that. I wish that I knew now when I was in my 20s. One of the things that I'm certainly going to do with my kids is basically tell them just how important investing is, and this is the difference to when I was 20, just how easy investing is. It was a lot harder when I was 20 years old. So that would have been in 1994. There, see, I've still got it up there, bit of maths, okay, bit of maths. So yeah, 1994, I would have been 20 years old. If you wanted to buy stocks and shares then and dividends, you had to go through a broker and pay fees each and every time. Now it's just a click of a button. It's so much easier. So these videos are certainly relevant to everybody. And even if you're in your 50s or in your 60s and you think, oh, I've missed a boat with investing, you haven't. Just open up an ISA and start doing it now. So how do I see this? I suppose in a way it is, I'm planning for semi-retirement. I'm still going to be working, and I intend to try to earn as much money as what I'm doing now. So it's semi-retirement. It's not really the right words, I would say. It's just a change in income. That's what I'm planning for, and doing more stuff that I want to do and not be told what to do. And I know that there's so many people in this boat, so many people, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey, and that's why I want you to subscribe. Please take a chance to look back through the channel and see all of the videos that I've done on what sells well on eBay, how to use eBay to really get this journey started. There's other ideas that I have that I'm going to go into in a minute. I mean, one thing you've got to consider is the old M, the mortgage. Funnily enough, at the moment, we are slap bang in the middle of remortgaging on the house. Our term has come to an end. And we've got less than 10 years left on it. But that is always a huge factor in deciding how, why, when this sort of situation is going to evolve. So planning for it is really, really important. And if you can speed it up a little bit by maybe putting some overpayments into the mortgage, which is something that we're considering doing, you know, it's whatever suits you, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But it's certainly thoughts and processes that you have to go through. One of the things that I'm looking at doing in the shed, actually, you can just see the shed just over my shoulder, just there. There you go, through the back window. That's my shed. All right, lovely place of sanctuary. But I'm thinking, or well, I suppose I already have. I've started doing it, of turning it into some sort of workshop. What am I going to work on? There's a lot of things that you can work on, but I suppose things that are small, things that are easy to post, things that aren't heavy, and things that have a bit of value in them. So really, I'm looking at computers, I am looking at watches, and I'm looking at the third thing, model scale electric cars. They're the three things at the moment that actually I'm working on in there in terms of a workshop, because all of those products fit the categories that I've just told you about. In terms of computers, what I've done is I've broken some computers down and sold off the parts. That's a good thing to do if the computer is broken. Buy a spares or repairs computer and begin to sell that off. I've done it with a Samsung Chromebook, and I made that was from the year 2013. So that was 12 years old. And I made about 50, 60 quid on that. And I've currently broken down a Dell XPS laptop, 13-inch. And about 2 weeks ago, I put that onto eBay, the different parts for it. And already I've sold a couple of parts for that as well. And probably have got back about half of what I paid. And there's certainly some, at the moment, I'm in profit in terms of what I've split the components into and how much I feel they cost and what cost I put on them compared to what I actually got offered for them on eBay and what I sold them for. So I think at the moment I'm about £7 or £8 up on it. So yeah, it's starting, and it's starting already. The scale electric cars, I've got some of those, and watches as well. There'll be a video on the watches that I've got. But yeah, it's things that are small, things that you can quite easily send. And do they hold value? Yeah, they do, but you do have to learn about them. I mean, what I've just talked about, it's a challenge. It's not something that I haven't got the knowledge up there straight away. but the university of YouTube is there. The amount of stuff that you can learn from it is huge. It's massive. And I've always been quite technically minded. As a kid, I liked my technical Lego. I loved it. In fact, I've got back into it. I bought a few vintage technical Legos and revisited my youth, just putting a few of them together. But it's a challenge, but it's not impossible. It is certainly something that I can do, and certainly something that I can learn from. One of the things that I enjoy is taking on new things, taking on new knowledge, and you know, we can go from there. I mean, there is no time like the present. I've already made a start. Look, I've already bought one of these, which is like a micro screwdriver set, which is great for taking apart laptops. So you've got all of the screwdriver in bits there, and all of the sort of like bits that the ends go into just here. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's great. And there's plenty of them on Amazon, and they're about £11-12 each. I mean, you know, I know what some of you might be thinking to yourself, Smithy, why don't you put a link below and have it as like affiliate marketing? Yeah, that is something that I'm thinking of doing. It all takes time to set up, but that's why I want you to follow the channel, because I will be setting stuff like this up, as well as running my eBay store. So the whole channel is going to be based upon really a side hustle and making money in your spare time. So definitely something like this is needed. And as well, I've got myself this. That was about 12 quid. This was about £15. And what this is a watch repair kit. And really, it's got all the screwdrivers, it's got all the things to get the back of the watches off. And what I've done is I've bought a load of old watches, which are decent names, such as like Seiko and things like this, but they haven't got a battery, and the faces, the crystals that go over the watches need a bit of polishing, or maybe need a little bit of replacement. It's sort of like a spares and repair thing. But can I bring them back to life? That is certainly a summer project that I'm interested in doing. And there's some within the lot that I've got that I'm actually interested in for myself. So yeah, that certainly is something that I'm looking at doing, and seeing the sort of success that I have with it. It could be that I put them onto eBay and none of them sell. I just don't know. Again, another reason to watch this channel, because I'm going to be covering all of these things that I'm doing, and putting them onto the channel so that you can follow my journey as well. But yeah, some of the watches that I've got are interesting. That is a future video, and a very, very soon future video. I think actually, what date are we on? I think I'll do a charity shop rumbling video next week. Or rummaging, not rumbling, rummaging. I'll do a charity shop rummage next week, and then the week after that, I'll show you the watches that I've got and the plans that I have for them. I went through it the other night, and yeah, there's a little bit of profit there. Okay, some of them, it's just the faces that I've got, and I've got to put a new strap on. But to put a new strap on, you do need tools that are in here. All right, it's not an easy thing to do. I am going to need a magnifying glass as well, one of those big magnifying things, because the old eyesight, seeing inside some of these watches, they're a little bit on the small side. So that's it. There you have it. That's sort of like a bit more on the direction that this channel is going to take. I'm still going to do the eBay. I'm still going to do the in, on and gone, and the eBay advice as well. But also the sort of other things that you can do to make a bit of money on the side, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all interested in, isn't it? Yeah, so as I said, it doesn't matter whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, whatever, okay? Making a little bit of money on the side, everybody's interested in it. I saw a statistic a few weeks back that before COVID, this is in America, okay? I don't know what it is for the UK, but I don't think we're that different in terms of people and their appetite for making a little bit more money on the side. Before COVID, it was like 10 to 12% of people had a side hustle. now it's closer to 40%. The amount of people doing stuff like this, like I'm doing, like selling stuff on eBay for a second income, is increasing massively. And I think that's down to a lot of things, but the main one being that the technology and the platforms are out there to enable you to do this. And you've got to make sure that you understand these platforms and get the experiences needed to actually use these platforms. That is why the University of YouTube and videos like the videos that I'm doing at the moment are so powerful in terms of giving you the knowledge that you need to make the most out of the opportunities that these platforms present. I wish they were around when I was in my 20s. I really do. But would I have used them? I just don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. As I said, general hindsight, you never want anything. Anyway, so that's it. All right, little bit of a video about the future this week. As I said, please like, comment, subscribe. Okay, I read all the comments, and you know, there will be some videos on the comments that people have put. But for the time being, okay, I hope I haven't bored you to tears or anything like that with any future plans of mine. But I'm hoping that those that follow this channel have got the same mindset that I have, in terms of we want to take control over our earnings, and we want to slow down a little bit and not have to give up our time for other people, do it for ourselves, and begin to make money under our own initiative and not somebody else's. That certainly is something that interests me. There we go. There we go. Nice talking to you. All right, In, On and Gone 55 will be out this weekend. Until then, I'm going to say bye-bye. This is Smithy out. Nice talking to you. See ya.